Hi, it's the 11th of July 2022, and when you leave your edible forest garden for the whole of June and the first 2 weeks in July, you really find out what plants are well adapted to the conditions here. As I walk round, you'll see there are a few annuals, peas and things that have grown, but not very many. But the lavender, everywhere the lavender is really, really strong, and the raspberries too. I'll turn this around a minute. So there are green beans. Oops. Potatoes. The wildflower patches haven't done very well this year. There's some cornflowers, and obviously some have gone over while we've been away, but this is the fennel. I can't believe the size of it. It's crazy. And there's a vine there, so that survived. Just walk you around really. I'm happy to see that there are loads of blackcurrants still. Well, not loads. Yeah, there are quite a few. You see them? See them in there? Still some blackcurrants. Interesting that some plants this year. This is a perennial. Gosh, I've forgotten what it's called. Oh, it's lovage. Last year it grew really, really well. This year it hasn't. That's what happens. Hey, but look at the gooseberry, the red gooseberry bush, covered. I should be picking them later. The hollyhock. It's been amazing this year. Last year it didn't grow hardly at all. There's another fennel. Yep, we know fennel grows well in this garden. Grasses have done well in here. The quince, well, that's suffered a bit. There are a few fruits on it, but I'll have to do a bit of research, find out what it needs. Plums waiting to ripen. The light's a bit strange because it's early morning, because it's going to be hot today. There's a lot of kale that's gone over. I think the seeds have actually gone out of these ones, but there are others where I can collect the seeds. And mallow's coming up. Loads more raspberries. More mallow here. Looks very empty without the dark green of the kale. But I knew the kale was going over. See, the lavender here has really blossomed too. And the pond Looks amazing. The water's really clear. And we have a lily. This wildflower patch has definitely been wild. There's some there's some borage at the side here. You see there's some borage come out here. Might need to do a little bit of cutting before we can get to the water butt. The raspberries, there's lots of fruit on there. So we've come back to lots of fruit. There are a reasonable amount of apples on the tree. And I don't think it's going to be a bumper crop year. Things are happening still in the polytunnel. There are loads of berries on the elder. The giant, God, I forgot what it's called. Oh, I can't remember. Anyway, it's snapped off. Teasel snapped off halfway. I think there's been a storm through at some stage. But what's really interesting, so we have an echinacea here, and I don't remember planting it, but who knows. And the hops, well, gave them this beautiful string to climb along, and instead it's gone up and up and up into the tree, which I don't mind, it's funny. We have one flower there on a squash. There's another squash plant up there, and another one that's survived there. And there are more gooseberries. I planted some potatoes in here, but they haven't worked. They probably got eaten. There's another teasel. And a blue star. Oh, look at those red currants. Can you see the red currants? Blue star, which is in here, it's got a bit swamped by the marjoram. I'll find that again later, make sure it's got a bit more light. It may have gone over. The jostaberries have still got berries on them too, over there. Can't see any apples in this little apple tree. But the hedges along here, some of them have really obviously found their own this year, and they're really growing up. It's actually beginning to look like a hedge. And the medlar, is obviously very happy here because it has lots of fruit. I hope we enjoy it. And surprisingly, the rhubarb has done very well. I get the feeling there's been quite a bit of rain, even though we're supposedly in the drought here, because rhubarb likes a lot of water. Although walking in the grass this time in the morning, my feet are soaked by the morning dew. Lots of plums. It's looking very green, very wild, and it survived without us for 6 weeks. See you at the end of July.